going on, everybody? Resale Rabbit here. Pardon me if I'm not my chippy self, but I just spent the last 8 hours staring at bank statements and spreadsheets. I could never be an accountant. That is terrible. I have a horrible headache. Oh, good. I'm trying to do this in one take, and I was worried I didn't have my beverage nearby. So, for those of you who don't know, haven't been following the channel, I do my taxes in September. Gotta love the one-take wonders. I do my taxes in September. My taxes are due on Monday, actually. And so I spent all day working on them today. And we're gonna go over them. And I'm gonna tell you what I made or lost and where all of the money came from and went. I've got like 3 pages here, maybe 4 pages. 4 pages here. This is the same spreadsheet that I use every year. I've done this video. If you want to see the numbers from previous years, the videos are on this channel. I am way too lazy to link them below, so you have to search for them. But last year, I lost about $50,000. Now this is, let me rephrase that. The business lost about $50,000. Hold on. For the purposes of this video, when I say this year, I mean 2023, and last year, I mean 2022. Because I've been living in 2023 for the last 8 hours doing these taxes, doing all this book work. So bear that in mind. When I say this year, I actually mean last year. And when I say last year, I mean the year before that. So last year, 2022, I lost like $50,000. Now that is the business. This is not me, this is the business. The business pays me a salary. So I still got paid a salary both years, and the business ended up losing $50,000 in 2022. In 2023, well, things did not feel good, and I was really expecting to lose probably a comparable amount. But shockingly, we actually made money. I was shocked. 2024 is not going to be a profitable year, probably. I kind of ignore these numbers until the end of the year when I have to do the taxes. So, on my sheet here, I've got 2 columns. I don't want to spoil it, so I will cover up what they mean. But one is 2022, one is 2023. I'm assuming the numbers from last year are accurate. I did delete some things that I did not spend this year, so I deleted the lines, but I'm pretty sure I kept all the numbers there. This year's will be accurate, though. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to save this sheet, and when I do next year's taxes, 2024, I will have 3 columns, so we can continue to combine and see how much we lost. So, the grand total, let's see, the grand total, well, let's start with income. I won't tell you how much I made or lost. I guess I already spoiled that part, but so income. Titletown Auction Company brought in $139,679.61 this year, up from $109,000 the previous year. Huge increase. That was fantastic to see an increase like that. Pallet sales, I only have 2023's number because selling pallets were just listed in the other sales the previous year. So this is where things get a little confusing. I had $63,682 in sales. A majority of that, potentially all of it, most of it at least, was that big deal with the gas dryers that I had early in the year, where I ended up making like, I don't know, $28,000, something like that. Rough number off the top of my head. I don't have that data in here. It's all kind of, some of it's conglomerated together. But a big part of it was that. That deal, I think, really saved the year for us. I wish I could get more deals like that. Selling on Walmart. I started selling on a Walmart last year, late in the year, and I did $3,675 in sales. Obviously, did not sell on Walmart the previous year, so I have nothing to compare it to. The warehouse sale, this one hurts. We did $254,146.12 in sales during our 5 warehouse sales, down from $332,000 the previous year. So that's what, like a $60,000, $70,000 drop in sales. That's like losing one of the warehouse sales, basically. Other sales Last year was 14,000. This year was 3,800. Other sales, I considered pallet sales and Facebook Marketplace sales and stuff like that. Well, this year I separated off pallet sales, which is why it dropped to 3,854. Other sales is primarily going to be Facebook Marketplace. I'm trying to remember if I bought out, maybe you guys can help me, that electronics place. Did I buy that out in 2023 or 2024? I think that was 2024, but that would be something that would go under other sales when we had the dollar sale there just to dump everything off. I don't remember where all of that money came from. A lot of this I did weeks ago, so I don't remember the specifics, but 3,854 in other sales. Amazon sales. Yes, I do still sell on Amazon. Very little bit. I list a few things here and there for the main purpose of just keeping the account active. I did $1,124 in Amazon sales, down from $5,900 the previous year. I think I was still selling somewhat decently in January of 2022 on Amazon, or maybe just stopped sending shipments, but still a decent amount of inventory. I don't remember. But this year, 2023, it was basically just whatever is, a couple things I can send in here and there to maintain inventory. And then eBay sales. 112,326, down from the previous year of 122,000, leaving us with a total of $578,488.74 I made gross revenue in 2023, down from $584,000 in 2022. So we are not that bad, really. I expected it to be a significant drop. I'm expecting a significant drop into 2024. That $63,000 in gas dryers I sold really helped. Remember, a lot of them were coin-op dryers. So $578,000 in sales. We had $563,367 in expenses, down from, get this, $634,000 in 2022, which leaves us with a net profit of $15,120. Now, I know what the comments are going to say. You worked all year for $15,000. This is the business's profit. Some of that $563,000 in expenses is my salary. So I drew a salary off of it. The $15,000 is what's left over after everything, including me, gets paid. Now, as we go through here, the one thing that I don't tell you is exactly what I made, but I will tell you what the total amount spent in payroll was in the year. All right, so let's start with inventory. I spent $194,000 on products to sell. Of that, $81,787 was liquidation truckloads. This is if I bought a truckload of Amazon, a truckload of Walmart, down from $211,000 the previous year. That's the big drop. I bought a lot less inventory. The auction that I go to in Georgia, I spent $39,654. I should, next time I'm down there, tell him that. I feel like he'd be interested to know that. So $39,654. I did not go there in 2022, so I'm pretty sure I didn't go there in 2022. If I did, it would have been in the liquidation truckloads number. Let's see, thrift stores, $522, not thousand. I only spent $522 at thrift stores in 2023. I did not do a lot of thrifting. I spent more than that just on the button pin video, probably, this year. So only $522.96 in thrift stores, $471.85 at garage sales. There's a very good chance I spent more than that, but I'm really bad at remembering to write those down. So I may have spent more than that at garage sales. I do not have the data on those two from the previous year. That would have just been under the next one, other inventory. For other inventory, I spent $22,426. Up from $85.95. So although I spent significantly less on liquidation truckloads, I spent significantly more on other inventory. And I'm trying to figure out where the $22,000 was coming from. I did that part months ago, so I don't remember how that was all calculated. Some of that may have been the dryer deal. No, that would probably be on a liquidation truck. I'm not sure. Let's see. We've got a Kohl's buyout. I bought out a ton of clearance from a Kohl's store, $1,360.29. The reason that one is itemized separately is because I had a ton of receipts, so they just went into an envelope and I wrote the total on the outside of the envelope. Consignor payouts. So what I paid when someone brings something in for us to sell in the auction, we sell it for them, we take a commission, and we pay the difference. We paid out $47,786, up from $33,000. So remember, I did $139,000 in sales in the auction. We paid out $47,000 to the consignors. Does that mean I charge 70% fees for this stuff? No. A lot of the auctions are our property, things that I bought at the auction. So I think this year we're going to have a lot more, consignment. The percentage is going to be larger. Let's see. Probably that 22,000 could have been storage units too. I'm not sure. And then that leaves us with a total of 194,000. And 55. I did in 2022 also have a purchase of some fixtures that I flipped for 2,200. Obviously that there isn't a line for this year. All right, so my regular bills. Rent did not change. It was $78,000. Yes, I know I could build a pole barn for a couple $100,000 on a small piece of land, but I don't want to be on a small piece of land in the middle of the country. We need to be in a good area for customers to get to. A building like this would cost $3 to $4 million in my city. A building this size with this type of location, just to buy an old decrepit one would probably still cost $2 million. So I'm happy paying $78,000 a year, although 2024, next year, that's going to go up. Let's see, Spectrum, that is our internet and our landline phone. We spent $1,947 down from $2015 dollars. Verizon Wireless, that is actually this phone right here. This one's T-Mobile. Verizon Wireless, I spent $1,809 down from $1,945. Now that cost, I don't buy phones. Actually this phone I got for free. This phone, I think did I get that on secondhand? I don't know. I don't buy phones. I don't add that to the bill. I don't like it. That cost is the phone bill, like the cost of the service, but also the cost of, hold on, this thing being like the service, data service for that. The reason I have that is because if our internet ever goes out, our cash registers run on iPads. So if the internet goes out, we can still charge cards on one of the cash registers. I will pay the $20 a month or whatever just to have that peace of mind. The other one is the little Wi-Fi hotspot is mixed in with Verizon too. We use those, again, handy if the internet ever goes out, but also if we're off-site doing an auction so we can access our system and everything if we don't have internet access at a campground in the middle of nowhere. Actually, that one I did have internet access. Some of the houses, though, we don't. Anyways, so Verizon Wireless. Wages, this is the cost of payroll. $156,342 down from $170,000 the previous year. I'm not entirely sure why it dropped so much. My salary was the same. We did have Tim took a decent amount of time off in 2023, not enough to account for a $25,000 drop, but 2022 I may have had another employee and I had Eli working, so I think that was a major cause for that. So $156,000 in payroll. I have a PO box. I paid $68 for that, up from $63. The purpose of the PO box is if I ever need an address that isn't here. I don't really need it anymore, but when I was doing Amazon, I would occasionally prep something for somebody else and ship it to their Amazon, like their account. I didn't want it to have my return address on it. I didn't want our accounts linked, so I would do the ship from for their products from the PO box, which is actually a physical address. It's a pack and ship type place, so it's not like just PO box and then the number. It's an actual address and then box number. So kind of like an apartment or suite number. But anyways, the reason I still have that now is because A, I'm too lazy to cancel it, and B, I lost the key years ago and I don't want to pay the key replacement fee, so I'll just keep paying the $68 to renew it. I have not checked the mail in there once. I've had it for like 6 years. Let's see. So that is the regular bills, $238,000 down from $252,000. Insurance. My commercial auto, $3,259, up from $2,528, which I think is ridiculous, but I've got a couple of different drivers on it, which makes it pricier. Business liability, $1,395, down from $1,836. Give you a hint, next year, 2024, is really high. Allstate actually got rid of business policies or business liability policies, and so I had to find a new company, and it was like 4 times that. And then workman's comp, $4,250, up from $4,094. So the total insurance costs $89.04, up from $84.59. Now we've got software and website fees. Shopify, I paid $428, up from $90 the previous year. $428 was for the ResaleRabbit.com Shopify site. That link down below if you want merch. I should start wearing the merch in the videos. I wasn't even, I literally just launched it like a couple weeks, maybe a month ago, but I was paying $30-ish a month all year and some of 2022 because I was too lazy to get it finished. Auction Flex fees. This is the actual auction software that I use. It cost $7,709 to use it this year. Last year, 2022, it was $6,400. WordPress is $0.18 the previous year. Storage auction list, I got rid of that too. That was $143 the previous year, none this year. A website called Promo, $117.97, which is like for making like short videos. It's mostly for the royalty-free video clips that you can use. It's kind of like Canva, but for videos. And I do not use that for YouTube. Nothing YouTube related is on here. YouTube is not part of the business. This is separate, just in my name. This is for promo videos, basically. Promo's the name, for like the auction and stuff. G Suite, which is what my email addresses are through to have the domain on it, $144. QuickBooks Online, $85. I tried it for a couple months. I didn't like it. I prefer spreadsheets. Various web domains, $148.90. Just the renewal fees for that. Inventory Lab, $621. Reprice it, $203. eBay subscription fees for my store subscription, $895.20. Audible, $189. MailChimp. Okay, so all the ones that I just listed off are very comparable to the previous year. That's why I wasn't listing the previous year. MailChimp is almost double. This is how we send our marketing emails out. $1,125, up from $648. And the reason for that is as the mailing list grows, the cost grows as well. And then I paid $265 for a new software in 2023 called Betwixt. I tried it out for texting people for auction reminders and warehouse sale reminders, and it was too much red tape. There are a lot of legalities on sending spam texts, so it just was too much of a pain, and I canceled it. So that leaves the software fees to $11,932, up from $99.40 in 2022. Shipping, looking at this, is actually pretty comparable. That's very surprising. Although, when did Ground Advantage go into effect? Because that lowered our shipping costs quite a bit. On Pirate Ship, this is items that we ship for the auction and items over £1 that we ship through eBay sales. $20,772 in shipping, up from $16 the previous year. eBay shipping, this is shipping eBay items within eBay, which is generally items under £1. $6,658.95, down from $96.83. Our LTL shipping through UShip, $658.26. We only shipped one shipment out this year, down from $878. Uber Freight, this is our full truckload shipping when we have a full load of stuff brought into us, $14,373, up from $13,000. And then other shipping and postage, $226.58. This is primarily going to be buying stamps. However, I think it was only like $80 in stamps last year. The rest, I think, is if I bought shipping through PayPal for some reason, it would have come from that. I won't need to buy stamps for a while because I have so many stamps now from that Amazon, the 2 packages of stamps that were on that Amazon pallet. All right, so where are we? Shipping and freight, I spent $42,689 on shipping in total this year, up from $40,000. Processing fees. So eBay fees, I spent $12,342 on eBay, down from $15,000 the previous year, which is interesting because the sales were down a little bit, but that's it seems like a much larger ratio in a drop. Merchant fees paid to Square, the credit card transaction fees, $55, $53, and 63 cents, down from $7,000. Warehouse sales are significantly down this year. Merchant fees through the company, First Data. I just realized I spelled data wrong. D-A-D-A. I'm not going to fix it. I already sent this to my accountant. Anyways, maybe I'll remember next year to fix it before I send it. This is credit card transactions through the auction. $7,360, up from $5,260, but we had a $40,000 increase in sales, so that fits. Walmart Marketplace commission, $551, up from $0 because I didn't sell on Walmart in 2022. Amazon fees, $909. I know some of you big Amazon sellers are really jealous of that, but it's because I had... Why is it $909? That doesn't seem right. I better check because I only had 1,100 in sales. Right? 1,124 in sales. Why are the Amazon fees 909? 1 second. I've got my sheet right here from Amazon. Let's see. Yeah? Yeah. So Amazon, my net on Amazon, can I show all of this? I don't think there's anything. I'll cover that up. Anything I can't show. So my Amazon, this thing that I'm sure Amazon sellers are familiar with, I lost $31.97 on Amazon. It cost me money to sell stuff on Amazon last year. It was total credits was $883, total expenses was $880, transfers minus $31.97. That's interesting. Like I said, Amazon for me is just keeping the account active. If it cost me $30 to do it, and whatever the product cost was, whatever. Where am I? So Amazon fees $909, down from $28.27 the previous year. Other PayPal fees $25.90. I guess I probably sold something to just a random person on PayPal. Which leaves us with total and processing fees of $26,742.94, down from about $30,700 the previous year. Services. I had no attorney fees this year, which is down from $779. I paid my accountant $3,648.99 this year. About the same as last year, $3,762 last year. Let's see, no truck rentals. Storage unit rentals, $2,074, down from $3,746. Printing expenses, printing the flyers. I don't think I have any here, but the flyers we used during our warehouse sales. I spent $1,637, up from $1,300. Cleaning service, we've got a service that comes in here that cleans the warehouse every other week. I spent $2,025, up from $1,800. Let's see. Arlo Security, that's the security cameras that we used to use, $39.98. I canceled it after 2 months, so February. I do remember that one because I just pulled that one today when I was filling this out. And then the other security cameras, Nest, the ones that we do use, $150 even. And then we had a pest control company here for a few months to try and get rid of the mice. That was $707.64. So the total services, $10,283, down from $12,254. Advertising. Our advertising cost is low because most of that is bundled into the fees, the eBay fees and stuff. But I did spend $10 on a Facebook ad, down from $69.98. I spent $1,350, down from $3,500, on the Crime Reports Facebook page. We would advertise on them. Unfortunately, there's no longer a viable option. Without going into too many details, the owner tragically passed away. The owner's sister is now running it, and she is... And I do not want to be associated with that, and I decided to step away and separate myself when I saw the crazy coming out with the new owner of that page. And it was probably a good call because 6 months or so later, she got arrested for some horrible things. If you're local here, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but it's very good that we're not plastered all over their Facebook page when that went down. So anyways, for advertising, $1,360, down from $3,594. Let's see, bank fees. Incoming wire fees, I paid $20. I'm charged whenever a wire is sent to me. I pay $5 per wire. So I had 4 wires sent to me. Outgoing wire fees, I spent $105. I think it's $15 every time I send out a wire. Let's see, interest and fees on one of my cards. This is my shame right here. One of my credit cards, I spent $1,112.95 in interest and fees. 95 of that is the annual fee though, which is worth it because I get 2% cash back. The next credit card, I spent $1,242 in interest, and the next card, I spent $236 in interest. So that's what, $2,600 or so in interest on credit cards. I need to get better at that. It's not going to be this year. Let's see. And then interest paid, I have a SBA loan that I got during the pandemic, $4,836. It is a 30-year, 3% loan. So it just seemed like a no-brainer to take it. And it also helped when we were shut down for 3 months. So the way the loan is structured, I'm basically just paying interest right now, which is frustrating, but it's only 3%. So it doesn't make sense to make any overpayments on it right now. If interest rates change, like this one, it's a fixed rate, but if interests like savings, investment interest rates change, then I may be making some overpayments to that, but not today. So bank fees, last year was $1,163. This year was $7,552. Next, travel. This is a big one, although it's actually fairly comparable to last year. I spent $3,168 in airfare. So all this travel is traveling to Georgia to go to the auction, traveling for conferences, expos, trade shows, things like that. But this is all business traveling. If it was strictly for the Resale Rabbit, I guess business, the YouTube channel, then it would not be factored in here, since the little bit of income that I get from YouTube goes on my personal taxes, so does the travel that's exclusively for it. Even if I'm filming there for the channel, but traveling for the business, if the core purpose of the travel is for the business, going to an auction, going to a trade show, it gets paid for by and written off by the business. So anyways, airfare, $3,168, up from $2,400 the previous year. Hotels, $1,679, up from $615 the previous year. Rental cars, $784, down from $1,540 the previous years. I've been doing a lot more public transit. If you saw the California videos, I didn't have a car there. I was taking public transit and some Ubers. And then whenever I go to Vegas, I don't get a rental car anymore. This is gonna be a long video. I'm only like halfway through this. Let's see, where are we? Fuel for the rental car. I don't write off fuel in my vehicle because I write off mileage, but I do write off the fuel in the rental car because I don't write off the mileage in the rental car. $784 down, or I'm sorry, $218 down from $66. Let's see, parking. This is like rental car parking, airport parking, things like that. $208 up from $100. Food. I'm really bad at writing off my food. I usually don't write off food when I go on trips, and I know I should be. I don't though. I'm really bad at keeping track of it and doing that. But I do write off the food if I buy lunch for, you know, all the employees or something, and I spent $205.88 doing that this year. Public transit, I spent $49. I spent $159 on taxis and Ubers. Why is my computer restarting? Interesting. And $148 to go to the seller conference in Kansas City last year. This year, 2023, this year. There's no continuity in this. That was the one that I spoke at, that I kind of got roped into speaking on a panel. Let's see. I really hope I saved all of this because my computer's restarting right now. I'm pretty certain I did. So total travel expenses, $6,621, up from $5,075. Other expenses. Maybe we're not halfway through. Oh yeah, we're almost done. Other expenses. Supplies. This is generally like office supplies. If I buy toner for the printer, if I buy boxes, tape, bubble mailers, stuff like that, I spent $5,192.16, up from $32.44 the previous year. This can sometimes fluctuate because I buy boxes in larger quantities. I will get like a pallet of shipping boxes when I put in an order. So I'm only putting in orders, you know, 3 or 4 times a year on shipping boxes. So if I put one in January and then say June and then December, that's 3 orders. But the next year I won't need to put one in January because I just had one in December. So I might only have 2 orders that year. So I suspect next year that will be a bit lower. Where am I? eBay returns and refunds. I have that under other. I don't really know where a better place for that would be. But I had $7,728.50 in returns and refunds, up from $61.57 the previous year. However, I had $112,000 in eBay sales, so only $7,700 in returns is pretty good. And I've got free refunds where I pay shipping both ways, regardless of the reason. So I highly recommend adding that to your eBay store or account. Amazon returns and refunds, $238.93. Marketplace sales tax, which is remitted by Amazon, $66.39. That's separated because with Amazon, my understanding is, this is not tax advice, the marketplace sales tax, when a buyer pays sales tax, that is on your 1099 from Amazon and not from eBay. Let's see, I did not get a 1099 from Walmart because I didn't have enough sales, so I don't have anything to go by with that. The income that I'm reporting from Walmart is just data that I'm getting on the computer, like a report that I pulled. Property taxes, $78.37. Yes, in Ashwaubenon, I have to pay taxes for all of the furniture in this building, which is stupid. And that's in Ashwaubenon. If my building was across the street, I wouldn't have to pay that. Fire inspection fees, $80.54 for the fire marshal to come in and tell me everything that I'm doing wrong. Other is $13,384, up from $9,725. That's the total of all the other things. One-time purchases. So if I buy, I call it one-time purchases, but these are things that I bought that will be depreciated over a number of years. So I list them as one-time purchases. My accountant does all the magical stuff and enters it in the right place for the right amount. I don't know how it's depreciated. I know there's items from previous years being depreciated this year. These are being depreciated, like I'm only able to write off a certain percentage of it. So that's why the $15,000 profit isn't actually what's going to show on my tax return because of things like that. But I bought 6 folding tables in August for $527. I bought 3 folding benches in September for $126. I bought another camera. I've got 2 of the same camera here for $327 in March. And I bought a battery backup system for $738 in July. 7 is July, yes, July. So my one-time purchases, the items that will be depreciated over a number of years, was $1,719.97. Last year's was $4,094.50. I just deleted what they were on here, but I saved the total, so I don't remember what they were. Oh, and that's everything. So that leaves us with our $15,120 profit minus or plus my income. Yeah, that's about all I've got. If you have any curiosity about what this business makes in a rough year, that's what it is. But it is an improvement from the previous year where we lost 50 grand, primarily due to spending less. This year, 2024, next year, 2024, I have a feeling, I won't be putting this together until after the year's over, but I have a feeling my gross income will be down and my total expenses will be up. Well, expenses might not be up, but income will definitely be down because the sales are now doing half what they used to do. So anyways, that's all I've got for you here. That was a lot of talking. If you're watching this live, I mean, you'd probably be sitting right there. There's nobody here. So I'd be very creeped out if you're watching this live. But if you're watching this right after I uploaded it, I will be doing a Whatnot stream, possibly the last one I ever do, because so far I'm not too thrilled with the results. But this is the first one that I actually planned in advance rather than just, less than a day in advance scheduling it. But that is going to be Tuesday. Hold on, why won't this open? Tuesday, the 17th of September this year. Next year, 2024. I remembered. So Tuesday, September 17th, 2024. I think it was like 7 o'clock Central Time. Go check that out on Whatnot if you are interested. We'll see if I do any more after this. I'm not too thrilled with the results so far, but I have been filming, so there will be a video talking about the results and my thoughts on all of that. Also, I might as well talk about the warehouse sale. Hold on, I gotta get the dates. I think it's September 26th. People always complain that I don't tell them, I don't tell you guys about the warehouse sale on YouTube, like when it's happening in advance. So, if you want to know, Wisconsin Liquidation Center. I'm glad I didn't get a text while I was showing my phone there because I don't want to edit this video. It is the 26th through the 6th of this year, of next year, of 2024. Am I confusing you yet? Remember, this year is 2023, despite the fact that the current date is 2024. Anyways, so that is that. But if you want to see updates on that, Wisconsin Liquidation Center on Facebook is the place. Now, I've got an auction closing right now with a bunch of Packer stuff, so I need to take a look at that, see how that's doing. So that is where this video is going to end. 38 minutes. Not bad. I thought it was going to be a lot more when I thought I was halfway through at 29 minutes. Anyways, that's all I got for you. I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed it. And go back and search for the last couple of years. I think this is my 4th year doing this type of video. It's at least number 3. Bye.